welcome everybody that's in person and online to our work session today, Thursday, May 7th. And we will dive right in. New business presentation, the FY 2026 Violence Against Women Act Grant Award Acceptance. Has a note that's the sheriff's office. I don't see anybody here. You want to go ahead and do it, Natalie?
This is just a renewal of the same VAWA grant that we've had for multiple years. I think the only kind of difference is they have a new portal and so forth. So they're running behind the typical process. So it's coming a little bit later, but otherwise the same dollar amount and everything. Excuse me.
Doesn't need to be moved forward or anything?
No.
Okay. Okay. Any other information needed? Okay. Thank you, Natalie. All right, number two, presentation of request to accept the Bryan State Crisis Intervention Program supplemental funding for treatment services. And I think Brad's going to do that for us.
Sure. Good afternoon, Commissioners. So the Dawson County Treatment Court received this is a grant that we already receive. It's the BURN grant. It's a federal grant that's administered through the CACJ. And we've already got our award for the year, but they had an opportunity to get some more supplemental funding, and Treatment Court received a $12,000 supplemental funding award from the CJCC. No match required. We've already been approved for the funding. We would request that the board approve that additional funding in the additional award.
Okay, any other information needed from the board? Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, number three, presentation of request to accept the Georgia Department of Transportation FY 2026 Transit Trust Fund Program funds. And Mr. Akins.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. This is a transit trust fund for FY 26 that we had already submitted for and we got approved for. So we would ask for y'all to approve this funding. There's no match on this funding, and it's for the purchase of a new bus for the transit system, and also the cameras and the GPS tracking to go with the bus.
It's my understanding this is requested to be moved forward tonight.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Because they've already sent us the contract to sign.
Any other questions from the board?
Yeah, I have a quick question. Do we have anyone to drive the bus, and when will we receive it?
As soon as we get the funding from the state, we can go ahead and purchase it.
Okay, perfect.
So it would be either myself or the transit coordinator driving it.
Okay. I didn't know how we were doing in that, if y'all had enough people right now. I know that there were some issues, but
We've got 4 full-time drivers
Okay.
right now.
perfect.
And
Thank
I think
you.
that's actually coming up in the next line item, I believe. Does anybody have any issues with moving that forward tonight?
No.
Okay. Kristen will put that to move forward, and let's go ahead and walk, since you're still up, we'll go ahead and walk right into number 4, presentation of the state contract purchase.
For
For transit bus using Georgia Department of Transportation Transit Trust Fund Program funds.
Okay. So we would like for y'all to approve us to go ahead and purchase a bus. It'll be a similar bus to what GDOT has been supplying us with, which are the Transit 350 HDs. They're 11 passenger buses. And it would also include the cameras and the GPS tracking on that bus in this purchase here.
So these are 2 separate grants that you're looking for. Is
It's the same grant.
Okay.
This is the first one was for the grant
It's to accept
to-
the grant. This one's to to buy the actual
Okay.
bus.
to purchase the
Accept it.
bus.
Okay. Any other information needed? So I assume that we need to accept the grant now, but we don't necessarily need to move forward on the second one.
Correct.
Okay. Any other information needed?
Nope. He's the next.
Keep on rolling. We'll roll right into number 5, presentation and acceptance of FY 27 Georgia Department of Transportation Federal Transit Administration Section 5311 Transit Contract Funds. And once again, we have the illustrious Mr. Akins.
All right. So this would be this is going to be increased over this past year. GDOT has allocated us a little bit more money for this year. So it's 220,000 GDOT's going to provide, and the county would have to match that at $220,000. And that's about 80,000 more than what we was awarded last year. And if we could go ahead and pull that one forward, since we got the contract to go ahead and sign for that one.
You guys are killing me on moving this stuff forward.
This one, though, would actually require a vote on a match.
Yeah.
The other one wouldn't.
So we are going to be,
So this is the one that I presented to y'all back in September, October.
Bringing it, but
is this in our budget to do the match for the additional money? Because you're saying we got new money, so I assume that it means our additional match is going to go up.
Yes, so this would have been presented,
we already approved the funds. I think
Right.
This is just to approve signing the contract, correct?
correct. This is just signing the contract.
Okay. No new money needed.
No, sir.
Okay. And you want to move that forward?
No, Natalie said that's not right.
Come talk to us, Natalie.
Sorry. I want to steal your thunder, sorry. So they requested to apply for this grant, which is a continuation, but they have increased the funding this year. So it went from what, 190?
180?
180 to 220. So that does increase the county's portion.
Yeah.
But this contract doesn't start, you correct me if I'm wrong, till July.
July 1st, it will start.
So then there's no reason to move it forward then.
We already have they've already sent the contract for us to sign. That's why I was wanting us to move it forward.
Okay.
So we've got it in the queue, but we have.
Right.
But then there's no deadline to get it back to them that we're up against.
Okay, we approved for them to apply for this, but have we approved the actual funding in the match yet?
I think,
No, that's what this request is for.
Okay,
So we will have enough in the budget, in our 26 budget, it will be an increase to the 27 budget because it crosses years.
oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, but if we were to do this, put this on the agenda for 2 weeks instead of moving it forward because we do need to agree on the budget match, then that would be okay.
That's my recommendation.
Yes.
and it's an
Okay.
increase of $40,000.
Correct.
Correct.
Okay. So
We'll get it signed before the deadline
yeah, we'll
if we move forward.
we won't move it forward tonight, so we
Right.
have time to look through budget items, and since it shifts that around, then we'll put it on the next agenda, which will be in 2 weeks.
Okay.
All right, any other information needed on that one? Okay, let's move to number 6, presentation request to extend part-time temporary transit driver positions for 6 months. Again, Mr. Akins, this was something that we did, I think, 6 months ago where couldn't find a part-time drivers, and so,
We
or
couldn't
couldn't
find
find
a-
full-time drivers, so we did
Right.
2 part-time positions, so, okay, go ahead.
So we would like to request that y'all approve one part-time temporary to extend this out for another 6 months. So the 2 part-time will end the end of this month. And if we go 6 months out, that'd take us to November, December,
To get you to the end of the year.
to the end of the year.
Okay, so just so that I'm clear, we have 4 full-time drivers.
Correct.
We have 2 part-time.
We just hired one full-time. And so he's in his first month.
Okay, but we have 4 total.
Correct.
And then you're saying the 2 part-time were temporary. They go to the end of this month
And we're just going to ask for one part-time temporary
to stay.
to stay.
Okay,
Extend it, we approved it for 6 months.
Right.
And you want to extend it for 6 months for
Correct.
one.
For one.
And that cost difference, $6,000, but some of that is absorbed by the grant.
Yes, sir.
And when we'll have some of that. I mean, of that 6,000, it's not 100% absorbed by the grant, but the majority of that's absorbed by the grant.
It'd be a 50-50. So
Yep.
about 3,000, depending on how much they work. And it's going to be only on an as-needed basis.
Okay. But not to exceed the 6,000.
Correct.
Okay.
so the next time we meet is the 21st. Is that enough time or do you want to are you asking to move this forward?
21st should be fine.
Fine, okay.
Any other information needed? Okay, good job.
Thank you,
You
sir.
knocked out like 40% of our agenda tonight. If you want to talk about the Georgia GMRC contract, you're welcome to do that too. Otherwise, we'll let County Manager Leverett dive in on number 7, which is a presentation of the GMRC contract for grant application to Appalachian Regional Commission.
Thank you, Mr. Gaines. And agenda item 7 and number 8 are also related, but I'll stick on number 7 right now. We have an opportunity to apply for a Appalachian Regional Commission, ARC, grant. These are federal funds that focus on infrastructure, community and economic development, and these grants are 30-70 splits, possible 30% award and possibly 70% local funds. This particular application, and again, tonight, the request is just to approve that we are allowed to apply for it. It'll be a lengthy process, I believe. This specific grant is for what we've termed a stormwater conveyance mapping and condition assessment project. This is a project we have planned for the future, hopefully, with future SPLOST dollars. And this was an opportunity to get ahead of that maybe and get some grant funds to assist with this project. It's and both basically our stormwater system has limited mapping today. We want to be able to expand that and do some GIS collections on it. The estimated cost of this project is $450,000. And the timing on this, I do not need this moved forward. However, if the board so desires, we can vote on it on May 21st because the application is due in early June. And again, it's a timing issue as far as getting this in this year now to be able to possibly get funds in 2027. So that's the request, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but number 8 is just granting us permission to use the Georgia Mountain Region Commission to help us with the application for the Appalachian Region Commission grant, and there's no cost involved in that, but those two items are related.
Any other information needed? But I guess it could be valid, even though 2 weeks before we vote on it, to kind of maybe give an indication if you guys want to go ahead and get started potentially on working on the background of it, so you're not waiting for 2 weeks.
Sure. We've already engaged Georgia Mountain Region to help us with this, with some data gathering they have to do for the grant. But the application has not been formally turned in yet, no. So
Yeah, so I think it'd be fun to proceed with just your background gathering information, and then should we find that something prevents us from agreeing to it in a couple of weeks, then we'll let you know. Anybody have any other information needed? Okay, so that knocked out 7 and 8. We're going to proceed down to the number 9, which is our board appointments. We have Avita Community Partners. Laura Brown's replacing Angela Brown, term July 26 through June 29. We have the library board, Carol Tiger replacing Catherine Reagan Smith, term of July 26 through June 2030, which is coming up apparently. Cody Thornton replacing Jason Shear, term July 26 through June 2030. Long Range Planning Committee, Olivia Coughlin replacing Shannon Stafford. I don't have a term on that one. And so your packet should have their information in there, and just review that over the next couple of weeks, and then we'll come back and we'll look at that in our next voting session. Any other information needed on those? Okay, we'll move on. Number 10, County Manager Report. Joey.
thank you again. 2 brief but very important items tonight. First, the Dawson County Employee Health and Wellness Well-Being Fair will be held at the Rock Creek Park from 9:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Thursday, May the 14th. That's a week from today. All employees are encouraged to come and take part of this event. This is also when we do our open enrollment time on the same day. But there will be other dates besides May 19th for open enrollment, but that is the kickoff for open enrollment. So the kickoff is on May the 14th, Thursday. There will also be open enrollment ends on May the 19th. So, I was not reading that very well. But again, we'll have putting out some more emails on open enrollment to remind everybody. But please check for posted schedules for times and locations and make plans to attend. And lastly, I have the honor of announcing that Dawson County receives recognition from the Georgia Association of Counties, and this is also in conjunction with Georgia Trend. We were recognized, Dawson County was recognized for the 2026 Georgia County of Excellence Award. This was specifically related to our fire EMS career advancement through training, our CAP program. We submitted an application for that and were selected as one of the winners. I believe there were 6 winners in Georgia, so a pretty small number. And this plaque and our recognition, we were recognized at our annual conference a few weeks ago. I believe Mr. Gaines, Ms. Bruce were there. Appreciate them participating. But I wanted to show this off a little bit, and we're going to do some media releases on it. It's always good to get recognized by our association for our efforts here, and I'm very proud of this award. I'm going to leave this sitting up here if anybody wants to look at it.
Yeah,
He's the only representative.
yeah. You want to do a picture with Roger?
We've got some pictures for the posting, but if y'all would like to do one with all 4 of you, that'd be
I
one.
was just thinking with EMS in there.
With Roger in it?
Sure.
I mean,
I think it'd be a great Photoshop. I can't argue any.
There.
Roger, you're on the spot there.
You're going to wake up.
Need somebody with a white shirt.
Yeah, but you're wearing the uniform.
Maybe minimal less for minimal life support.
Seriously?
You're at the right time.
That concludes my report, Mr. Chairman. Vice Chair.
Thank you, sir. We'll move on to the county attorney report.
Yes, sir. I do not have a public report, and it appears that we may have time to do an executive session. And if so, I think the topics we would address are pending or potential litigation.
Okay. Motion to go into executive session.
Make a motion to enter executive session to discuss pending and potential litigation.
Second.
By Commissioner Stower, second by Commissioner Bruce. All those in favor, you want us to raise their hands or vote?
You want to talk about consent agenda?
Yep. And as we close out, any recommendations for our next voting session for consent agenda will be welcomed. I potentially had number 1, 2, and 4.
I'm fine with those.
I'm good with those.
So Kristen, if we can do 1, 2, and 4, you good with those?
Yeah.
And then we're going to move number 3 to our voting session this evening, and the others will be on our standard agenda. All right, we'll see everybody back at 6 o'clock.